Morning. Just thought I'd come on and do a little quick one after me treatment yesterday and just show you what happens every time I have a treatment. Swollen. Not as bad because, like I told you last time, I used this. This is the I can never say it, can I? Blepharinet gel. It's for under the eyes anyway. You just do one little squirt of it and put it under your eyes. It has took the swelling down from this morning because this morning my eyes were really swollen. Really swollen. It does do the job. It's not an ad, this. I don't get paid. I bought it myself. Like I said, it cost about 60 quid. So I'm just showing it to you because if you are like me and you get swollen under your eyes, it is for bags as well. For you know the proper bags, the ones that fill up with fluid right under the eye. It is for that. So you put a patch on as well. Just a gel patch. I just use these hydrogel patches. So you put a patch on after and you leave it on for about 10-15 minutes. It will take the swelling down. It does work for that. It does work for that. It's worth investing in. I might tag them in it so that they start paying me for advertising the stuff. I don't advertise anything else. I just do that. For you, so that you can make your own mind up, I guess. While I'm on, I'm just going to chuck a couple of these threads on just for show you. Have you ever heard of them needless threads? I'm sure you've seen a few of them on here. I think I've done them before. I can't remember whether I've done them or not. These are protein threads. Look at them. They look like little pieces of string. They have like a carrier oil with them. But I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this collagen boost that I bought. I bought that for my under eye area. I'm going to do the... I mean, I've had Botox, but it's wearing off now. Do you know what? I'm not going to use that, actually. Let's use the proper... I'll be back. You get a little bit of carrier oil that comes with it. It don't work anyway. It doesn't work, but I'm just going to show you. Right, so you just put it on up where your wrinkles are, if you can see. Wrinkles. Right, then you get one of your threads. You get one of your little threads and you place them on. Right, these are the little threads. They are like pieces of cotton, little thread. And you place it on to your wrinkle. Yeah, I'm going to show you. What I am going to show you, watch what happens. Yeah, that's the thread. Right. Watch it. Let's put it right into the wrinkle where it's supposed to be. Okay, can you see? Yeah, let's put a little bit more of the... Right, I'm going to try... Let me try something else. Let's try a bit of... Oh. Right, we'll put that over the top. Let's see. Can you see? Can you see? That does not disappear into your skin. It's not stopping no wrinkle because the thread's there. You can see the thread. It hasn't disappeared. No disappearing. Rub it in. Let's put a little more on with it. Just a piece of string. We're just being ripped off by these pieces of string. I have got other ones as well. I have got other pieces of this string. In fact, let me grab it. Off I go again. These came in a different packet. This is another piece of string. These are different ones. There's 60 in there. Right, there's another piece of string. Yeah. These are the needleless threads. Let's put some more. We'll do the other wrinkle at the other side. Yeah. And as you can see, that piece of string is still there. Oh, let's take them gigs off. I'll have to turn them around. So, dear me. That didn't work very well, did it? Here we go. We're not doing well this morning. Right. Let's put the other thread in the other. Right. Can you see with this one? I don't know whether you can see, but that is starting to shrivel up now. So it's shriveling up. Like this one. Can you see them? Put a bit more over, a bit more over top. Proper into the creases. Now all that happens with them, really, I don't know whether you can see on the first one, is that they just start shriveling up. They just start shriveling up. They don't go into your skin. The protein thread, the protein is supposed to absorb, the thread is supposed to absorb into the crease and make the crease come out. Pretty much like collagen induction, pretty much like anything with your needle thread. So you put the needles in, the thread is in, it's supposed to build collagen underneath. These are protein threads, these are supposed to do the same, but I don't know how long we've been on. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. We've got puffy eye bags. We've got puffy eye bags underneath. Let's leave it and see. I can still feel the string there. The string is still there in my crease. You can see at the bottom there where they were longer, weren't they, when we first started? What happens is with these is when you put the carrier oil on them, the stuff that comes with it, they shrink from either side. These ones are not as bad as I have had some. I bought some before this, where as soon as you put the spray on them, they just completely shriveled up and fell off. I honestly, when they come out with these things, you think to yourself, should I go and buy a ball of string, put them in a little jar, because these jars were about 50p each, if that, right? Slam your name on them, it's easy to do, and market them. It's just the marketing, isn't it? It's really good marketing. I mean, we're daft, aren't we? And as I say this to you, it gives me ideas to think to myself, you know, you could come up with something better than this. I suppose the concept is, with the other threads, the PDO threads, the Cox, they are sutures, what they use in hospital we know when they stitch up and they dissolve them sutures. That's the concept behind the thread. That thread goes in, it tightens, it builds collagen. This is where they found this out. And then it will dissolve. That's the idea with the threads that you put in with the needles, which I have got and I have used before. I don't know whether I've done a video on them before, but I have used the normal threads before. I'll do a video on them. I mean, lots of people on here are doing the videos on the threads. Me personally, if you're not trained to do the cogs, the ones with the big needles, I haven't got them up here. Yeah, I have. 1 second, I'll get them for you. Right. Let me in my bag of tricks here, in my work bag, that I have all my stuff stored in. It's like a doctor's bag. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medic. I am an aesthetician, right? But I'm going to show you what they all buy. They all buy them. Everybody buys them. You think, oh, I'll do it myself because, you know, it's cheaper than going to get it done professionally. These ones are not too bad, but you can put them in wrong. You can put them in too close to the, as you're putting them in, you can put them too close to the top of the skin where they're almost poking out. And let me show you that it's sore. It's really sore. And if you haven't got an RF machine to dissolve them, they're sore. They can cause infection, etc., etc. I think I've got a couple of the larger ones right here. I'm going to show you. Let me show you now. Let me move the bag of tricks out of the way and I'll show you. So this is one of the bigger ones. This is one of the bigger ones, yeah? This is going into your skin, remember that, when you're watching these people on here do it. They're not trained professionals and they're showing you how to do these things. I'm never going to show you how to do this. I'm never going to show you. You have to be trained properly to do this. I'm never going to show you. I don't know whether you can see properly. Right, so this is the size of the needle that these people on here are putting into the faces. Well done, wonderful. But I'm just going to tell you something. There's a certain plane in your skin that these have to go in. So if you're not in the correct plane in your skin, you're going to get infections. It's going to snap. All sorts of nasty things are going to happen. If you just go ramming this, you can't. I've seen people do it. It's terrible. And they go, yeah, that's fantastic. It's not. I can assure you that after they've finished this, they're having complications. They're buying the perfect scissors to cut it. That's all well and good. You could cut it with a pair of garden cutters. It'll cut it. That's not what it's about. It has to be cut close enough to the skin so that when you push back, it disappears completely under the skin. And I'm not talking just disappears where you've put the where you've inserted it. If this string, you can see, I don't know if you can see how thick that string is, right? From here, you're not getting a gauge of how thick that string is. If that, and it's hard too, pokes back out of the skin and doesn't go completely under the skin, infection's setting in straight away. You're infected straight away. This has to go in between two planes in your skin. When you see people and they're pushing and pushing and pushing, you shouldn't have to do that. If this is not gliding in, it's in the wrong plane. You're absolutely knackered. It's in the wrong plane. Infections. I've seen these people with them putting them here and they're pulling this right up like they look like this. I mean, we all want to look a little bit young. Of course we do. Of course we do. But if any young girl comes into my salon and she wants that stuck here and she wants her eyes like that, no thanks, love. Go somewhere else. Because I'm not ruining these young uns' faces. What, for the sake of what? 60, 70 quid? Maybe you're making a little bit more, but is it worth it? Is it worth it to scare somebody for the rest of their life? So when you do watch these things on here, please, the little threads, as much as they're only little and you feel like they can't do you any harm, they can. You can get serious infections from them. And so when you are watching and you are thinking about doing stuff, just please do your research first. it may be well worth your while to pay that. You're going to pay next to nothing for your stuff because you're not getting it from if you're not certified to buy from a, but if you're not certified, you can't buy from a pharmacy, which means you have to buy from the internet, which means they're coming from China. And in all fairness, that's probably where they all come from anyway. But they're coming from China. They could be coming from any part of China. Same with this crap. You know, it's all come from China, hasn't it? But some of it works, some of it don't. But they all have approved marks on them, like CE approving all this to show you they've been through rigorous checks, so that when you put it in your face, there's always complications. But you know that they have been checked. Now some of these things haven't. So what I'm saying is, if you're not licensed, if you haven't done your training, you're not insured, all that, you can't buy the correct stuff from the correct pharmacies. Therefore, you could putting all sorts of shit into your face, saving 100 quid maybe. But then that 100 quid is going to be spent on prescriptions for antibiotics, trips to hospital because you've been infected. It's all well and good watching these people on here and they all put disclaimers up saying, I'm not a medical professional. This is entertainment. They know damn well you won't give it a go. Like I do. Of course you won't give it a go. But bear in mind that the bigger things, the more intrusive things, for example, those threads, it's a big risk that when I've done this laser, now look what I've done to my face is swollen. If I'm not trained in that, and I've told you I'm not, but if I'd have carried, I'm not daft, so if I'd have carried on using it, it would have burnt through my face like it did with my finger. Just be careful anyway. Well, we've had our sermon for today. You've heard Dr. Katrina give you the rundown on watching people on here do things and copying it yourself. I know we all do it. We're all going to do it. I'm guilty of it. We're all going to do it, but just be careful. Okay. Anyway, let's have a see now. What's happening with our threads? Well, let me just tell you something. I can still see that both threads, actually. They've not disappeared into my wrinkle, have they? Because look. And how long have we been... Right, so... What did I say? 8 minutes? So it's now 17. So that's 9 minutes that's been on for. I'm getting them on eyebrow as well. I've just seen a couple of little hairs there. Oh, it's hard work, this getting old. Pull out of her. Put it like, I'm going to go one more round of the fluid. I can still feel that one, but we haven't had that one on as long. Yeah. And that one. Well, that's another video. Needleless threads and needle threads. Like I said, the little ones are alright. But you can get different ones. So these ones are the screw threads. Let's see if you can see these. Oh my God, I've not even got it up. You can see the thread at the top though, can't you? Huh? You see the thread. That one's a screw thread, so the thread is wrapped round the top, making like a corkscrew effect. These, I always go bevel up with them, which means the hole at the top of the needle, it always has to be upwards when you're putting it into your face. I've seen people, when they're putting them in, they tell you to dig in, and then, no, you don't do that. You always go on the side, you'll push in on the side. You don't dig in and then turn it. Don't do that. So you'll go, because look, you can see your skin. You don't need to go like that. So you tilt it a little bit and then as you go in, you level up. That's ensuring that you get in the right plane of the skin, you see. If you're digging in and then turning it, you're going too far down. You have to be in between the layers of skin. The layers of skin are like what do you call that? That sticky Velcro. So it's like Velcro. They're like building blocks. Your skin. There's six layers to the skin. I'm not going to name them all because I can't remember them. There's a rhyme. Corny Lucy's granny spins lace or something, and that gives you the layers of the skin. But there's 6. So they all come together like a Velcro, and you've got to get in between with your threads so that the collagen builds in between them, and it builds like a building block up. If you don't, and you go right too far in, you're going into the subcutaneous, so you're in the fat. It's not doing you any good whatsoever. There's just some random thread floating about in your skin. You've got to get it in the right plane. These people won't tell you that because they've watched a YouTube video, they've watched another video, and they've seen how to put it in. They'll just go, "That's how it goes in," and then they'll tell you a bit about skin they know nothing about. Otherwise, they wouldn't just be ramming in needles wherever they felt like it. Anyway, enough. So, no, you can still see the string. It hasn't disappeared into the skin. No amount of magic potion will make that disappear under your skin. I'll tell you why. Another thing that before I go, because I'm probably boring you now. For anything to go into your skin, it has to be a certain molecular weight. Because, for example, if we went outside in the rain and it's throwing it down and you haven't got an umbrella, what do you think would happen if all that water absorbed into your skin? Say you walk for 6 miles. Yeah, you get where I'm coming from. So, like with creams and stuff you put on your face, it has to be a certain molecular weight for it to go to soak into your skin. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, no, the threads, from me, the first thread is disappearing a little bit. Not into my skin. It's not disappearing into my skin, and it hasn't got rid of my crease, as you can see. So my opinion, don't buy them, waste of time. Until the next time, see you later.